My girlfriends gave me rules for loving her. When we started dating, Emma gave me a piece of paper. It wasn't a love letter. It wasn't a poem. It was a list. Rules for loving me. Always answer my calls. Tell me when you get home. Never talk to the woman at the coffee shop. Don't open the door after 11 p.m. Don't follow me when I leave. She laughed when she handed it to me, like it was a joke. I laughed too. We'd been dating for 3 weeks, and I thought it was just her quirky way of being cute. The first 2 rules were easy. She'd call every night just to say goodnight. I'd text her when I got home. Normal couple stuff. It was rule 3 that made me pause. The woman at the coffee shop, I knew who she meant. Tall, with black hair and an easy smile. I didn't know her name, but she always remembered my order. I figured Emma was just a little jealous. So I stopped going there. One night, I broke rule 4 by accident. I was home late from work, microwaving leftovers, when there was a knock at the door. I didn't check the time, just opened it. A man stood there. At least, I think it was a man. His skin was pale, too pale, like paper. His eyes were wide and unblinking. He didn't say a word, just stared. My phone buzzed in my pocket. It was Emma. Don't let him in. I slammed the door. My hands were shaking. How did you... I started to type, but before I could send it, another knock came, softer this time. I didn't answer. The next morning, Emma showed up at my place without warning. She didn't smile. She didn't say hello. She just touched my arm, checking me over like she was making sure I was still real. You didn't invite him in, right? She asked. I shook my head. Who was he? Not important, she said. But the look in her eyes told me it was very important. A month later, I broke rule 5. We were at her apartment, curled up on the couch. Around midnight, she stood up suddenly. I have to go, she said. Where? I asked. Don't follow me. But when the door closed, something in me snapped. I waited 30 seconds, then grabbed my jacket and slipped outside. She was already halfway down the street. The air was colder than it should have been. My breath came out in white clouds. I kept my distance. She turned a corner into an alley I'd never noticed before. When I followed, she was gone. I swear to God, the alley was... wrong. The walls stretched too high, vanishing into black. The ground wasn't pavement. It was soft, like packed earth, and there were shapes moving just beneath the surface. A voice whispered from the shadows. You shouldn't be here. I ran. The next day, Emma showed up again, furious. You can't break the rules, Jake. Not one, not ever. Then tell me why they exist, I shouted. She looked at me for a long time. Because if you don't follow them, you stop being mine. Her voice broke on the last word. She looked almost scared. Things were fine for a while. I followed the rules. I didn't go near the coffee shop. I didn't open the door after 11. I didn't follow her when she left. But then came the night I broke all of them. It started with a call I missed. My phone was charging in the other room. When I saw her name, I called back immediately. No answer. I grabbed my keys, drove to her place. She wasn't home. My chest felt tight. I drove past the coffee shop on instinct. The woman with black hair was outside, staring at me as I passed. She smiled, the kind of smile that didn't touch her eyes. By the time I got back to my apartment, it was 11:07 p.m. Someone knocked at the door. I didn't even think. I opened it. It wasn't the pale man this time. It was Emma. She looked wrong. Her skin had the same paper white tone. Her eyes were wide and unblinking. Jake, she whispered, you broke the rules. Her smile was too wide. Her teeth looked sharper than I remembered. I stepped back. She stepped forward. The air between us felt like ice water. Behind her, in the hallway, the black-haired woman stood, watching. That's the last thing I remember before waking up somewhere else. It's not a hospital. The walls are too dark. The floor shifts under my feet. There are other people here, moving slowly, wearing the same blank expressions. Their lips move, whispering the same sentence over and over. Always follow the rules. And somewhere, far above, I swear I can hear Emma's voice, laughing.